This is Umar for BoxNation. I feel like we're creating history here.
It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy. Look at this. Look at this logo. This beautiful, glorious BoxNation logo. It's good to be back, Umar, and well done on you reviving it as well and bringing some value back to the brand. Well done.
Very kind words, Dev. I think you're adding value coming back on BoxNation now, eh?
Yeah, well, we've got the big show tomorrow night now. Looking forward to it. Good Commonwealth title fight to headline, and I'm presenting. It's the first time actually presenting a full-on boxing show, and I'll be there with Gad. See how we get on, and Ezra Taylor as well, the Cannon. Looking forward to it. It's going to be a good show.
Yeah, very different, contrasting characters yourself, Ezra and Gareth. It'll be nice to see how that pans out.
Yeah, I think I was thinking yesterday about what am I going to wear, what's the vibe for this kind of show. I just thought Gareth's obviously just going to have a waistcoat on and probably like a hairy chest out, probably something like that, so that's kind of dictated what I'm going to wear. I will not be having my hairy chest out, but I'll be dressed smart, so looking forward to it.
Good. I think any viewers, potential viewers, we're going to not tune in if that was the case, Dev. So gladly we'll have hopefully another good viewership like we did for the first BoxNation show on the relaunch. We're at your court, as you said, good headline fight with Kaisy Khademi and Ryan Farrag for the vacant Commonwealth title. Kaisy goes in as favourite, but Ryan Farrag's been there, experienced customer, so it should be an interesting fight.
Ryan's done a lot more than Kaisy has in the sport of boxing so far. He's been a former European champion in the amateurs. He's beaten the likes of Luke Campbell. He's a very good amateur. He's just a bit older now, and he's been away a little bit, and he's come back, and the show's called Redemption, right? And both these guys are looking for a bit of redemption. Ryan Farrag, last time out, he took on Marcel Braithwaite, just came up short. He feels like he won that fight. Kaisy Khademi took on Jackson Chalke for the IBO world title, and he needs to finish his story. He didn't win the title that night. He wants to become Afghanistan's first world champion. So both have got so much to prove. It's a long way back for the loser, and it's a gripping main event. And just to be back at York Hall with BoxNation, 2011, Liam Walsh, Paul Appleby. Ask any of the Warrens about that night. Ask any of them about that fight. That's where it all started for BoxNation. Speak to Frank about that. Speak to George about that, and you'll see their eyes kind of glaze over, kind of dreamy, looking back at what that night meant to them, meant to this brand, and now here we are again, another Commonwealth title fight.
For the guys on the undercard as well, this is a really good opportunity to showcase. If they steal the show, get a really good performance, victory, they can put themselves onto a major promoter's card.
Yeah, 100%. And that's what this is about. This is kind of a breeding ground for future stars. And obviously, the Warrens have a great relationship with the Warrens. So, as you would expect. So I'd imagine some good performances here will catch the eyes of some important people, and it's all to play for. York Hall right now. Go and ask Mark Chamberlain what York Hall has done for his career. Goodness me, headlining at York Hall, suddenly he's out there. I've just seen him ranked as number 9 lightweight in the world by Ring Magazine. He's flying. So York Hall, these kind of people around it, the right people watching, you can go a long, long way. Oh, and that geezer nearly fell over, went a long, long way himself. Goodness me.
Anthony Joshua was here actually.
Just missed him.
Just missed him.
I did just miss him, but I heard that as well. So we're at Soper's house. Is it Soper's or
in
Soper's?
Cuffley?
In Cuffley, yeah. Brilliant venue. It's got like 3 floors. Apparently a gym downstairs. But yeah, AJ was here. Just missed it.
Was looking for you,
Well, I'm not hard to find. Look, it'll be good to see him if he is around. I feel like we're on decent terms at the moment.
Good. Well, there's a potential that we will see him next week as well. And quickly before we close off, and don't forget, tune in tomorrow night on our YouTube channel, free to air. Great night of boxing, topped by a Commonwealth title fight. Just plug it again. Yeah. But yeah, we're probably going to be seeing him next week, Dev, and the rumoured fight, heavily rumoured fight, is the fight with Daniel Dubois. Nothing confirmed, but if that is the fight to take place, would you say outside of a Fury-Joshua fight, that is the biggest British fight that could be made?
Yeah. Yeah, I'd say so. I think because of what Daniel's doing at the moment, he's resurgent, and really Riyadh's season has changed his life as well, and it's changed how people are looking at him. Same as Anthony Joshua. Both of these guys have picked up big wins in Saudi Arabia. Daniel Dubois suddenly beating Jarrell Miller, not just beating Jarrell Miller, beating all of his demons, beating all of those doubts, beating all of his critics with that performance, and then really confirming that with the win over Filip Hrgović. Took a few right hands as well, but just kept taking them and come through, and he stopped Filip Hrgović. Anthony Joshua beating a southpaw at short notice who gave Tyson Fury trouble in Otto Wallin. Great performance. Knocking out Francis Ngannou, who gave Tyson Fury a bit of trouble. Great performance. You've got two guys in the form of their life right now. And let's not forget, when Daniel Dubois popped up on the scene, he was called the next Anthony Joshua. Now he gets to, hopefully, fight Anthony Joshua. I think it's the fight to make. And hopefully, fingers crossed, it is the one, because these are two guys that can just, the fight could end in an instant. It's a very a thriller of a fight.
Apart from both being British, two monster punches, you know, some of the heaviest hands pound for pound in boxing, definitely Anthony and Daniel. They actually have a good story as well. They've shared a room before on GB. There's been several stories about that infamous SPAR, which I'm sure is going to be talked about if this fight happens in the lead-up. But to be fair, look, we heard Hrgović talk about him and Daniel SPAR, and that counted for nothing. So that will be a good talking point, but sparring is sparring, I suppose. Yeah, listen,
for me, there's a number of storylines around that fight. There's the fact that when Dubois turned over, all of the stories were, this is the guy that did X, Y, Z to Joshua, apparently in sparring. This is the next Joshua. There's that story there. But also, there's things that I remember when Dubois went through what he went through against Joe Joyce. Anthony Joshua was actually very supportive of him. He was one of the voices that said, listen, if he needs to chat, reach out. I'm here. You know, he's been through things like that. So I just think it's a brilliant fight. I hope it happens. These are two nice guys with bad intentions.
Absolutely. Well, that will be an announcement, hopefully, that we see next week. But for now, tune in, as I said, tomorrow night. Great fight night live on BoxNation from the home of British boxing, your call. And Dev Sahni's on your screens as well, if you want a bit of added spice.
Yeah, and if you want some eye candy, I'm with Gareth A. Davis, so don't worry about that.
And Ezra Taylor.
And Ezra's on as well. I think I'd imagine people like looking at him, but Gareth A. Davis in particular, he will be doing all sorts. The sunglasses will be on, they will be off, the shirt will be buttoned, it will be unbuttoned. You just never know with that man. So, yeah, there's some good fights on as well, but enjoy.
Thank you, Dev.
All right.